UK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Serenity Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Quack. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. Thank you. Yes, this group, one to watch. Now, the rookie in this pairing, they've set themselves some very specific goals, some very lofty goals to beat player after player. But the first one, oh, it's going to be tough. Lots of chatter on social media leading up to this pairing. The battle is on.
Oh, it's terrific, Henny. That's exciting, isn't it? Always love a battle within the war, don't you? Good to see how this one plays out over the course of this tournament. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 26 feet from the cup.
It was on a good line. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Starting the round at even par.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
He's currently tied for 5th. Let's go down to John McCarthy for our on-course report. And John, you've now had some time to walk the course this week before today's show. What are we in for today at the Jacobson Homestead?
Well, Luke, yes, I love walking around this rural setting. Not a whole lot of trouble to start off with, but things heat up quite a bit when you hit the 7th hole, par 4. Has a dogleg left and a few bunkers and trees to deal with off the tee. Back 9 opens with a narrow and lengthy par 5, but that's really as tricky as it gets. I guess it gets a little swampy on the 15th, but the water generally won't be a factor for many players out there in the field. They saved the most challenging tee shot for the 18th, which leads up to an elevated green for the approach. That will be a fun hole to watch this week. Hopefully provide some drama coming down the final stretch. Let's see what happens, guys.
This putt coming up is for birdie. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 3 feet to go here to the hole.
This is what they have left for par here.
Now over to Ricky Fowler.
He's currently in 5th place.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. This hole is a par 4, and it's a pretty lengthy one at that.
Nicely done.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 170 yards.
Yeah, that's a good line. That should find the surface. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? Beauty of a chip shot there.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
And he needs this to save par.
So far, so good.
That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. He's in a share of 5th position. Now we're on the 4th tee here at Jacobson Homestead, and it's a par 3, playing 181 off the back tees.
Yeah, that's about as far as you're going to see this par 3 play, Luke. Player's going to go in there with the mid, probably shortish iron. Obviously, with the water on the right, you want nothing to do with that side as the bank severely slopes downwards. Bailing out to left of the bunkers, not so hot either. But with just a short iron in your hand, you think that these players are good enough to fire right at it, don't you? This one's tracking.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Trailing by a stroke after that hole. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. That's a good-looking shot there. Playing this shot from about 180 yards. Just one shot back now. Opting for the 6-iron. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
This one's dialed in. A wonderful putt. You can claim it. Back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Here's Rickie Fowler. And after that effort, that's how it looks. Currently 2 under for the day. Time to tee off at the 6th. Rich, one of the big advantages for the experienced players on tour is their history around particular courses. But what advice would you give to the new players who are coming to a course for the first time and how to handle it?
I would say tread easily. Go in there and just try to get into a good rhythm on the golf course. Don't try and go out and try and hit too many heroic shots or go after too many flag sticks, because if you don't know what the consequences are if you don't pull off that shot, well, shame on you. So I think that the veterans obviously have more knowledge about golf courses, and they can say, oh, I don't want to miss it there because that's dead. I've seen it happen before. When you go into a new golf course, Luke, you got to go in with it and just try and play a little bit on the defensive side. Don't get too greedy. Don't try and make too many things happen. Go in there, find some fairways, find some greens, hole a few putts here and there, get some confidence going first before you start attacking pins.
Let's see what happens here on the 7th. Nicely done. Oh, that one's bouncing around in the branches. Far from ideal. Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
Let's return to live play now. Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough. Ooh, that almost went down. Putting for par. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Well, on the tee now, coming off for par. Chance to pipe one up the middle. Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. This would be a great up and down. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And Just about 8 feet left to the hole.
This one to save par.
This looks good. And in it goes for the par. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. And all of them are chasing Tiger once again as we move to the next. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off.
This one heading to the bunker.
Rich is one of the rare players to ever tame the Tiger in a major championship. How did you manage to do it?
Taming him, that's a big stretch there. You know, I did it because I never had to play with him. I was fortunate enough to not be paired with him the 3rd round, nor in the final round when I was paired with Justin Leonard. And going back to the comments about the roars, you know, not knowing that was him making those birdies. You assumed it was, you couldn't deny that it was, but not knowing, it was a lot easier to say, well, that was Fred Funk, who he was playing with in the final round, who was having such a great week as it was. It was easier to deflect that a little bit. I think if I would have played alongside him, I think things might have been a little bit differently, because he does bring a different energy, and sometimes it can be uncomfortable. But when you start hearing those roars going up and you're playing with them, well, you know exactly what's going on. But when you're not playing with him, I was able to kind of deflect what he was actually doing, and I was fortunate.
Oh, that was pure. Second shot here at the 10th. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Only 1 shot off the pace. Trying to get 2-3 under par with this putt.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
That's frustrating. And this putt to move into a tie for 2nd. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Pegging it up on the 11th hole here. That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. Going with the pitching wedge here. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Currently a shot off the lead. Didn't that look good for a long time? Opportunity to make their par.
This is on a great line.
Now over to Rickie Fowler.
He's 2 strokes behind his rival this week.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, the standings have this player in 2nd place, behind Tiger Woods. It's time for a 1-shotter. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right. That should set up another chance. Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Looks good.
That gets the job done. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. And he's down there.
Setting up this one, hitting into a downhill green. They might be taking a bit less club here.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, I thought that one was going in. Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
Yeah, he needs to press on that gas pedal. He's 2 strokes back from his rival.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. Yeah, we find ourselves on the tee, one of the stronger par 4s on the back 9 here at Jacobson Homestead. The 14th playing 483, Rich, from the tips.
Yeah, generous landing area, thankfully out to the right-hand side. Obviously a bunker down the left, and if you miss it even further left, there's water lurking. But the second shot, this is where it gets slippery. This is where it gets dangerous, especially to a back right hole location. All of a sudden, the water down the right-hand side comes into full view. Bailing out to the left in the bunker, not so hot either. Tell you what, it takes a brave player to fire at this flag stick.
Needs this one to kick right.
This player is making a statement with that approach shot. I think this rivalry with Rickie Fowler is really inspiring him to fire at those flags.
Surely it's going to.
Well played. And that will take him to 3 under. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling. Tee shot is looking good here. Playing from around 230 yards. Just a stroke behind the leader. Going with a 3-wood here. This one's going right at the pin here. Well, it's fair to say that fortune favours the brave, Rich.
Yes, it does. And being just 1 shot back, things are getting interesting.
Now over to Rickie Fowler.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
A chance to move into first place here.
With 3 holes to go, it's a good position to be in.
Ouch, that hurts. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. And this putt to move into a share of first place.
Yes, 3 holes to go. This is getting to be a nail-biter.
Checking the scoreboard now. This player is currently sitting in a tie for the lead with Tiger Woods.
And Luke, this rivalry we've been talking about is really looking like it will be down to the wire. Can't wait to see who comes out on top at the end of the event.
This should play. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Oh, so close. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. This hole is a par 4. Sitting at 4 under for the day. Currently tied for first place. Come on, get a good bounce to the left. Yeah, not a bad shot, that one. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
Looking good.
And racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And that will take him to 5 under. And with that, he's now broken the tie, all alone at the top of the leaderboard.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Opting for the 5-iron. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt. And this is what's in front of them to win the Serenity Championship.
This looks like it's got...
Ladies and gentlemen, they've just won their first ever PGA Tour event. Rich, what do you think's going through their mind right now?
Nothing. They're confused about everything right now. I tell you, you win and you can't believe it just happened. You really just have no idea. You're shocked. It's a great feeling.
Well, Rich, you know just how excited this player is.
An exciting tournament, an exciting finish. Love it. First victory on the PGA Tour. Congratulations.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beem, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.